And we're back. Well, that was around 20 last time. A nice round number of rounds. That is round. Aha.
I need to fix this.
I checked my video last time to double check at the little credit screen, and I think I have a clear on every weapon except the bow. So I think I'm going to do the bow this time, even if I don't have the purple on it. Because I want to beat the game with every weapon, and I don't know how many runs we're going to be doing in this game ultimately. I don't know. I don't know what, like, long term this game exists in the same kind of space as like Monster Hunter, where I'm like, how long do I play it? I feel like technically it's like the viewership in this series is excellent, so that's definitely not a problem. Not that I usually base my decisions on that much, although it certainly is encouraging to have really high viewership, and that does make me like, you know, maybe it's not that bad to play this game forever. It's basically just diminishing returns, not diminishing returns, opportunity cost is what's coming up here, where I'm just like, okay, but like if I'm playing this game for like 3, 4, 5, 6 months, like what about literally all other indie games? Like maybe I'll do a hiatus again where I rotate, but this time I play a puzzle game and an indie game. So an indie game that isn't Hades comes up, because I did the alternating puzzle indie thing where the indie game is Hades, but it's like I'm not covering any other indie games while Hades goes on for months, and I'm like, if I do that eventually, I'd feel better about returning to Hades than just going for. I don't know how much I'll do though. Like roll credits, sure. Then there's more. Maybe that, or like 100% every single person's storyline. It's like, it's like if a game stays fun enough long enough and the builds stay varied enough, like they are, and the viewership's doing well and everything. Like I could see that kind of happening. It's just, God, that would take an incredibly long time. And I'm just thinking about how many other things don't get covered as a result. And I'm like, I don't have answers yet. Still, honestly.
Natural causes got you once again there, didn't they? Well, you show them next time. Would you do that for me, huh?
Sure.
Poor Hypno. I'm playing the game too well, so he doesn't get to have a variety of lines, because he always has the same cause of death. It's either Hades or natural causes. Although, blame the fucking fact that this game has 3 revives in it. That really makes it really hard for me to die. Until literally the last fight.
I just wanted to apologize because I think maybe I didn't act very appropriately last time you spoke to me. But I just really like this job, and I promise I will always do my very best, so I just hope I'll have another chance.
Deucer, please, there's no need to apologize. You've been doing a wonderful job, really.
What? You really mean it, Prince? Thank you. Thanks so much.
It's that classic socially awkward thing where you're hyper-analyzing a previous interaction you had with somebody and you're obsessing over how you did something weird or wrong or whatever, and like literally the moment the interaction was over, the other person forgot it happened. Like nothing registered in that interaction as weird, but you're obsessing over it. I have that sometimes at fucking like a barista or something, like when I just get food and I'm like, oh, I said that slightly weird, didn't I, or whatever, and like I'm like, all I can think about, and it's like, they're fucking busy, they don't even remember you exist, like immediately.
How's it going?
I've seen pomegranates here, if you know where to look. Cause of death, drowning. I don't think that was the right place.
So you can tell me in due time if you decide to, lad. But I do have a question, same as you did, going into this. Why did she leave? Why did she leave you in particular?
It's that she didn't even know I was alive. Sounds as though Nyx revived me sometime after I was born, but by that point, Mother had already left, and they let her be, for reasons I am trying to find out.
Ah, that's quite a bit to take in there. And it explains more than a bit, I think. Look, I'm not one to speculate too much. I trust you'll find the answers that you seek as you proceed.
Thanks, sir.
I'm wondering if this will just kind of go all wholesome and stuff, and that me and Cerberus, especially Cerberus.
See, boy, you are trapped.
maybe will be enough incentive for Persephone to come back or something, and maybe the relationship can be mended. So Persephone came here on purpose, so that she had some kind of thing with Hades. They're not, and maybe they aren't going great now. It's hard to say. But I don't know. Like I almost said historically, but I mean, history is not entirely wrong. But mythologically, Hades and Persephone don't have like the most like horrible relationship, especially given all the other characters we're talking about in this context. And by which I mean in like the real life versions of these stories, which isn't real life, but you know what I mean, the not video game version that this is adapting. And we're getting hints more and more that Hades thinks he's protecting Persephone, and maybe he is by stopping me. So all the more like it seems up in the air as to whether or not this whole thing might just actually get resolved, basically.
My records indicate that you've collected earnings based on some of your accomplishments there, boy. I suppose you need an income of your own, having decided to cut ties and all.
What, you mean the bounties that you've offered up to anybody capable of beating Meg and all your other guardians out there? Don't you think that puts a lot of undue pressure on them, knowing that you've turned them into targets?
They must do better than they have, else they shall be replaced. If they're to grow in their respective roles, they have to know their weaknesses. And so do I. That you collect the bounties for it matters not.
What about the bounties for vanquishing you? Who's your replacement going to be?
Enough. Get out.
He's talking about the contract at the door, right? Because the other thing is the fates, which isn't him. There's a big exclamation point. What's new? These menus are so long. Labres. Look at all these lounge options. I guess it's because I fixed things up. Delicacy ambrosial. House is an obedient colony of surveillance bats. The all-seeing bat cage. It's just a cosmetic item, though? It takes diamonds. Seems like a lot. Anyway, we're still working on that. But anyway. Ooh. Getting a palm for every nectar. The question here is, should I upgrade the thing that I encounter the most often, or the thing that is my highest priority? Like, making the high priority nectar even a higher priority, in that it also affects the run by giving me a palm? That'd be pretty good. But yeah, we're finally gonna get the thing where all the all those meta progression things that don't affect the run will also affect the run once I get these unlocked, which is gonna take a bit because diamonds are expensive.
Alright. If this isn't a good expenditure of resources, then I don't know what is.
And then we're halfway, oh, not really, like a third of the way towards unlocking this, which might be the last gem upgrade that gives me feedback and loot stuff. So then I might just start spending it on a bunch of random shit, and then we'll get the achievement or whatever, the fates thing for getting 30 of those. That'll be more progress, and that'll give me another thing, which I think might give me more diamonds, actually. Like, I should double check that. Like, it might be worth getting.
Wait.
I'll be right back.
Is this all that the fates have planned for me?
I don't know where it is. Still haven't found one more boss. So if I buy 8 of these, I get 4 diamonds. Ooh. I'll do that. Because the diamond upgrades are strong. I'll just buy some really cheap things. Like the cheapest ones I can find. Like the 5s.
Contractor, work approved.
Ta-da! Like, you're supposed to be making cosmetic choices, you asshole. I honestly, like, they did the before and after. I didn't even realize I didn't even spot the difference. I guess making something gray will do that. I need 7 more. A scrying pool. in my bedroom.
Let's go with this
That's
one,
cheap.
then. Should make a nice enough addition to my chambers.
The camera just went nowhere. Didn't even show it. Did I get something new here? Intricate contraption. Are there any more 5s? No, I think they're sorted by price. Okay, so I can pick between those. So, I need 6 more. So, 5.
We'll go with this.
I'm gonna do the animation every time.
I
4.
don't see why not. This is the color suited for our hall back there.
3.
Let's do it.
I'll
This
pick
color seemed to suit the hall quite well.
whatever one I like when I'm done, I guess. 2.
Approved.
I hope I don't lose
Let's
count.
that back there again.
Lilac or rose?
Let's
1.
go with this. A nice floral arrangement ought to lighten up the mood a little bit.
You are too kind.
You would associate my house with flowers, boy.
Yeah. What, are you insecure? No, let's give them a couch.
Here are the gems. Let us hereby have better seating, on which I shall never rest, you mark my words.
Hey, that area is less empty now. It has a circle around it. Did I count correctly? Having a cutscene each time makes it harder a little bit. Yes.
The contractor's been plenty busy, thanks to me.
There we go.
Looks good, I guess.
There it is.
A beautifully decorated, subtly enchanted ball containing traces of the hapless prince's past attempts to flee the underworld now accents a particularly cluttered corner of his room.
Always wanted my own scrying pool.
That's not a corner, you fool. I guess it's a convex corner.
Hey,
More
that's
new
good.
things. In the bed chambers. A wall scroll of Achilles and Dionysus and assorted arms. Dionysus. And my hero Achilles, he's like a superhero. That really did burn through my gems, so we're not as close to getting this now, but we did get diamonds. Ooh. The court musician stand. Will he actually use it, though? Get gems after bosses. Get health up from getting purple, which also heals me. A faded authority after getting a key. I've never used a faded authority, so I actually don't know what it does very well. It alters the reward, but is it like? I think that what's always thrown me about faded authority is that it says that it alters the future reward, which is like really vague. I would assume it alters it for the better or something. Because why would you want it to just randomly alter the next reward, given the fact that you don't know what's going to be in the next room? So you get to the next room and you're like, I don't know. I don't know what's... Like you only see one room ahead, so you don't know what's going to be coming next, so... You don't know what giving a key will even be changing, so it's like, I don't know what this is worth. It's really ambiguous. Like getting money for gems could be good. Life up, gradually going up every time I get darkness. I don't know, let's just try it out, I guess.
I'd like it if you did this job for me, is that alright?
It wouldn't be here if it was just straight up bad, presumably.
This ought to help Orpheus keep his boundless libraries of music in order. Just have to fill it in.
Oh my.
Our court musician need not be so indulged.
They do not play any music so far. Oh, I have to get each song myself. Each one, they cost diamonds. A brief and frankly unhappy piece Lord Hades enjoys, Death and I. Whoa. Time to go to the Supergiant Games YouTube account and find out what all the actual songs are. Because they upload all their music just on YouTube, but I definitely don't know like any of them by name. Not in this game yet. I don't have a signed soundtrack this time. Yet, I guess? Kind of a bummer to find out each song costs diamonds. That makes it kind of a rough choice. Alright, so what color do I want my drapery to be? Azure?
Let's make an adjustment over here again, contractor.
You're wasting everybody's time.
You're the one who told me to clean up this place. I'm doing it, father. Then gold trim.
How about we make an adjustment right over here, if that's okay?
What are you doing now?
I'm glamming it up, bro. I think that's it? Yeah, that's the stuff that I have choices for. Everything else was an unlock.
We are adjourned.
Orpheus, I saw Eurydice again. I couldn't bring myself to do exactly as you asked. I sort of mentioned you.
You what? Oh, what I meant to say was... Oh, did you perchance get the impression she yet harbors toward me feelings of resentment and the like?
You seem to be a bit of a sore subject, yes. What happened to the two of you, if I may ask?
Oh, it's just... I almost saved her soul from this domain back when I lived and breathed. But in the final moments of my rescue, my faith faltered. She is lost to me forever now. Though I'm pleased to hear she isn't lost to you.
I'll have to get to the bottom of this later.
Is there any music here?
Music. Let's listen.
I'm attempting to work here.
Can't hear the music because it fades out when people talk. Bum bum. That's the title screen. Does this one just have a long lead-in, or is it just kind of drums?
Speak up.
It should still fade in and out during dialogue, I think. Hopefully. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that's gonna make editing harder. Damn it.
Child, quickly now, before you go. I know how all of this must look. Know that I was true to her, Persephone, and that I think fondly on the time she spent with us.
Of course, Nyx. Though, why did she really leave the Underworld, do you think? Besides, because of me. So what if she thought I died at birth?
She did not feel that she belonged. It was a very difficult adjustment she was forced to make. And she feared that she would inevitably end up caught between Olympus and this realm. That she might start a war.
A war? Wars have been fought for less, I understand. And father must have been a real burden, too.
You do not know. Ask her yourself about her time with him. But I have already said too much, and I cannot say more.
You've said more than enough. I'll see you next.
Who is next? Next case.
Let's do the chill song. The that one.
Granted.
I don't like it. I don't like it. it gets really loud, and then it hard fades out every time someone speaks, which happens a lot in this game, and then it slowly fades back in every time, and it's really distracting.
Hey, welcome.
I really should have listened to Mother. Impalement? What did she do?
What? Have I somehow created the impression that I wish to speak with you? Because if so, there's been a terrible mistake.
Wow.
What's for breakfast? Dinner, maybe?
Ooh, 3 keys. And a bunch more gems. It's like my primary source of gems. Know what we're gonna do. Bing bing.
Go.
I don't actively try to do that, but in this case, getting to 30 means I can unlock the next and maybe final tier of keys. And then maybe I just start turning every 5 keys into a nectar. That also means that every 50 gems can become a nectar. So I can really start buying a lot of nectar if I want to. Although if I, what do I do? Then I can turn nectars, god, 10 nectars becomes a diamond? Diamonds are that valuable, huh? I was kind of thinking, like, what do I do if I, kind of fuck up and immediately, like, what if I run out of things to spend nectar on? That seems unlikely, though. There's so many different relationships to build up, and it seems like you don't build them with dialogue. Talking to people just seems to build up their codex, but you can't get their hearts to go higher. That seems to only be nectar. Yeet.
Let's see the last of them.
Fated Authority, the thing I just got. God's Pride. Raise your chance for a boon to be epic by 1% per rank. In addition to the rare one? So that's so epic and rare are 2 separate dice rolls. Okay. Didn't really know how that worked. I guess that's an even higher priority to put points into then. It costs twice as much though, and for all I know that one might go up for each rank. God's Legacy. Raise your chance for a boon to be legendary or duo, if possible, by 1% per rank. Ooh. Even better, but expensive as fuck. So that's clearly the priority if you have the purple to spend. But in the meantime, it might be tempting to buy this one just because you can actually get it to a good number faster. But eventually, you have so much purple, you could pump up the other one. But then there's a question of whether they have different caps or what their caps even are. I could almost see these ones at the bottom being like infinite ones that keep going forever until you have like 100% rare and no commons happen anymore. What was this one again? Oh yeah, this like makes your average rewards per room kind of better. I think the main idea is that I think it was explained that this is basically like it makes it more likely for a room to be a thing that makes your run better instead of something that makes your meta progression go further. So the later you get in the meta progression, the more you might want to level up that one, just because then you don't have to deal with, like, well, darkness, the stuff you're using to level this stuff up, and other things that don't affect your run directly. Fated Authority. Randomly alter the rewards of the next chamber. 1 total chances per rank. Okay. So it just alters the reward of the first chamber of the whole run? Some of these are really badly explained, and this one feels especially badly explained because it just says what Fated Authority normally is. But what does the talent do? Does it level up Fated Authority so that Fated Authority affects it better? I think it just means it happens more times. Like, does that mean if you level up to 2, does it happen for the first 2 rooms? Fated Persuasion. Randomly alter Boon and Well of Chiron choices. 1 chance per rank. God, altering boon choices would be pretty good. That's incredibly expensive, but it means you have a chance of switching out the one that you got for a different one, meaning you have a chance of just, like, I don't like these gods, give me new gods. Well of Chiron, I guess, is good if you do that, but I haven't, Well of Chiron I did for a few runs at the beginning, and then I have largely tried to avoid it because of the temporariness of it all. I'm suspecting that maybe a poorly explained thing might be that maybe a fated authority is a consumable item that you can spend when you want to. So maybe if I buy a fated authority, I have like a button I can press to use fated authority, and then you choose when to do it. So maybe you did it, maybe it's after you already see what's bad or good about the next room. You could choose to use the fated authority at that point. So like maybe now when I get a key, they'll give me a fated authority which I can consume at some point in the playthrough to change a reward of the next room. Maybe. Maybe, you know what, let's do research. Hades fated authority. If the game's badly explained, if a thing's badly explained in the game, someone on Reddit will do it. It gives you currency, refreshes the run, of course. Refreshes each run, of course. You can use when you stand in front of a door to change the reward shown. Note that blah 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 on one hand, blah 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 on the only roll inside their own group. Okay. So in-run stuff turns into other in-run stuff, and meta currencies turn into meta currencies. So apparently, if I have a fated authority, it becomes a currency that I have on my character, and then I walk up to a door, and there's probably a different button prompt I can press besides opening the door that changes the reward. They, probably one of the closest things to a flaw in this game, because there's not that many of them, but they tried really hard to make every description as brief as possible, and they got away with it a lot of the time, but some of these descriptions are so brief that they're not actually helpful, because you're like, yeah, but how does it work? And the only way to figure it out is to just dive in and test it yourself, or Google it, because you won't get the full picture from the description, which, like, it's not totally wrong to have to experiment sometimes, but it can be a little frustrating not to just have the answer. Ah, they're not going to give me the bow. That's fine. I'm taking the bow anyway, because we haven't won with the bow yet.
Well, pal, you have come a pretty long way, let me tell you. I think most of the smarts I've picked up you know by now. And so, if I'm fresh out of tips for you, I guess there's only one thing left to do.
Stand there eternally to be wailed upon at my whim using whichever weapon suits me at the time.
Yep, now hop to it.
Yep. I haven't used this for so long, I gotta remember how to use it. Okay, so this always has a crit time. There it is. I was like, what the fuck is the timing? Now I suddenly have it, okay. It's like, why is it only 40 or 60? I thought the 40 was me getting the timing right.
Yeah.
But if you wait longer, it becomes a 60. I'm like, but that's higher than the 40, so the timing isn't working then. This is the big... Yeah, this is the big fan. This could be a fun thing to mix lightning into. Am I gonna do a fucking second Hades and Zeus run to try to redeem the previous one? Maybe. There isn't a thrust attack with this weapon.
Coronact, is this what you really are?
We can increase the crit chance with this weapon. If I just stick with the base one, I can just start stacking crit on it. How much? 3% per point, maybe diminishing returns too. Aspect of Chiron. See, I have 4 to spend, so I can afford stuff. Your special automatically seeks the foe last struck by your attack. That's interesting. Reduces the number of shots from 9 to 4 though. But it means you can multi-shot at people. That's pretty interesting. Your cast loads your diamond into your next attack, firing on impact. Interesting. So I guess that means that whatever you have as your cast will insert itself into your attacks, then you fire your attack, and then when you fire your attack, whatever your cast is that you spent will just trigger over there, essentially. That can have value. I'm just trying to think of like what you'd want that to be. Like what cast would you be going for in this game that you'd want to place on your enemy directly? You could do a Cupid's arrow by having Aphrodite's cast directly on the enemy because it's a close range cast, but if you load into your arrow, then you could be charming people at long distance in Cupid mode. Demeter has like a whirlwind. Ares has a blades thing, but that's almost better coming directly out of you, because if it casts on your enemy directly, then it's like kind of an awkward, like it's just gonna wander off of them. There's Zeus, just like turn your arrow into a chain lightning sort of thing, but you also, like, what if your normal attack was lightning? Like you could just make your normal attack lightning instead. This seems a little clunky and weird. I think I want to try Chiron. Because this sounds weird. So the first one reduces my spread from 9 to 4, but they home in on my enemy. This will make it 5. So if I upgrade it, the number of arrows goes up over time. I could do that, but I don't know if 1 arrow is worth 2 blood if I haven't even tested whether I like this or not yet.
Looking good.
New arrows or something there, pal?
Yeah, it is. Oopsie. There it goes. Oh, and you can keep going. Oh, it does expire. That means all of a sudden your special isn't just a spread shot, it's a focused damage dealer. So this will make me worse at clearing rooms, but better at fighting bosses. Which is probably good. Better for fighting Hades and Asterius. Because it'll home in on them and do a bunch of... And like, I assume each of those arrows each applies whatever your effect is, which is kind of a nightmare. I'm really leaning towards Zeus. Like making my special Zeus, and then it's a bunch of lightning going everywhere. And maybe even my main attack being lightning, and then just lightning for days. Well, so you want something stacking on the special and something not stacking on the main, so maybe Ares again. I might do an Ares Zeus combo, and maybe even see if I can get the revenge mechanic to actually unlock the way I wanted it to. Skelly Slayer completed for some reason, I don't know. I haven't even unlocked the previous tier yet, but let's go 1 tier deeper on extreme measures, just because let's just...
Don't need to turn the heat gauge so
let's just see more of the game. This will let us... So this run we'll get to see a new version of the snakes. The Hydra.
This way, but why not? Lord Zeus.
Ah, must be my gleaming thunder signet that I transferred to you. Why, I could feel its call from all the way up here.
Special. Oh. Cast. Attack. Dash.
The Thunder God's might.
Can I just make all of my abilities Zeus? Well, that's a pretty easy choice. Darkness or Chaos?
Master Chaos, I've returned.
Son of Hades, I believe I have deduced something I ought to have sooner recognized. Your mother must have been one who called herself Persephone. Her stay within the Underworld was brief from my perspective, but impactful nonetheless. You seek her now. Respond.
Oh, Master Chaos. You should know I have located her already. Though where she is, I cannot stay for long. So I'm visiting as often as I can. It's not unlike our visits here. Only somehow even harder to get to where she is.
I see. Then it is good to know that you have been in contact. And and I trust that your successive visits shall be worth their while, not unlike our visits here.
Ooh. Hide the rewards, but then my cast gets stronger, and it's a fated thing. Bonus trap damage, but better rewards. Less health, gain an extra cast. This is gonna fuck up my build a bit, but yeah, I don't love this, but I gotta pick this at some point. I'm trying to finish these lists eventually.
Am I interrupting?
I don't know how reasonable it's gonna be. At least this one doesn't hurt me for using my abilities. Yeah, I'm like, let's do a bow build, and I'm immediately getting a chain lightning cast that I spam. Oh well. It often feels unnecessary to do anything but... Like if you... Oh, I'm gonna upgrade my cast apparently. It's my only boon.
Nectar also amplified one of my boons.
Well, that was nice. Up to 105. At this part in the run, you usually have like one boon, so you would just go ahead and spend that one boon. Just use that one constantly and ignore the rest of your moveset. Figure the rest of your moveset out later. But spamming the one powered up ability usually is easier than any other kinds of thinking you have to do in Asphodel. Tartarus. This is Tartarus. Asphodel's the fire one, I think. Yay, both of the bonus ones. We got a nectar that came with. This might have been intentional. Maybe. The other one was darkness, so maybe not. But it seems coincidental that I got a nectar already, which is relatively rare. And then immediately afterwards I got the other thing I upgraded to give me a bonus thing. Like, it feels like maybe on purpose they gave me both so I could test out the new bonus I got.
That key, it granted me fated authority.
Okay, yeah, you press right trigger at a door to use fated authority, but I don't know what the rewards are, so it's a huge waste now. But later I'll have it. I'll still have it later. The fated authority is actually fucking awesome because it really crucially failed to explain the fact that it was a currency that I can spend at will and I can keep it for the rest of the run, which is, that changes my interest dramatically.
Lady Demeter.
How do you do?
I see the noble king of the Olympians has reached you prior to me, Zacharias. I wonder which of all his many lies he's told you last.
Wow. Damn. A winter vortex call. I've never gotten it yet, and it does seem cool. And Demeter doesn't actively work with my build? I guess if I did do this special inflicts chill, and then I got her bonus that makes people shatter when they finish chilling, that could be a lot of damage. I don't know. Fated Authority. Not Fated Authority. Prophecy of the bullshit. Words of the things. Listen, there's a lot of terms and names. This sure makes my choosing a faster process when I don't have any idea what I'm doing. I guess that's an upgrade. Offset a little bit the fact that I spent a half an hour not getting into town at the beginning. Not getting out of town. What did I say? Ow. Ah, unnecessary damage. I fucked that up. Another? 2 keys in a Fated Authority. I have 2 Fated Authorities. Dang. Dongo.
A curse of chaos has been lifted.
Babingo. A dual room!
The gods want me to choose.
I'm getting so lucky! Look how lucky I am.
Not the hardest choice you've ever made.
Attack amidst chain lightning, I guess. Dash does lightning. After I take damage, they strict lightning. Maybe I'll get the revenge mechanic going. I don't. I don't want to have a. I don't really want to have a normal in my attack. That seems weak.
That was an ill-advised decision, Zacharias. I'm past quickly forgiving such mistakes.
Oh.
Sorry, Demeter.
Pew pew pew.
Here comes a wrath.
Oh. That's the danger of this attack. Oh, that's not mine. This one's mine. It's not confusing, you're confusing. It is a different color, at least. They did think about that. Because they always think about that stuff. I hate her vortex so much. Oh god, here it is again. It blank boxed me in. I get to finally use it as an agent of good. I need healing. Oh my god, this is a bad start to this run.
Next time, young Zagreus, perhaps I'll take every last bit of warmth you've left down there.
Your dash shoots a gust ahead that inflicts chill. Ooh. The blast when you stack chill. Maybe I will want to inflict chill on my homing attack then for stacking purposes. It's not very high level though. That's what bums me about all these choices right now. Chill people around me when I cast. There's definitely strong parts about this run, like how I already have 2 Fated Authorities and a Chaos Boon. Are we done with that? Yes, we are. So that makes my cast stronger by 33%. And despite the fact that I was shooting myself in the foot by not getting choices, it worked out pretty well. I even got a duo boon room, or a dual boon room, a rivalry room, I don't know. I guess at this point I'm... I still want 500 gems, I guess. But I feel like I get more gems from... Oh, I could have re-rolled that into maybe a nectar, huh? I still want 500 gems, it just feels like it's going to take forever to get that via the rewards that are often like 6 at a time. I'd rather... It seems more likely I'll just get it from fish, which apparently give like 70 at a time. Oh, in this case it's like 50 at a time.
Yeah, might as well.
Like the actual rooms give me shit amounts of gems.
Come and get it. Not now.
Thank you, Chain Lightning. 41. Boom. Choose the not gem option, get lots of gems anyway. Big brain plays here. Definitely planned that. I guess we're getting Dionysus. How the fuck does that factor into my plan? Whatever. I guess we'll see what it... I could have re-rolled it, but it could have been any other god, which is... I don't...
Ready, lads?
I don't have much reason to think that'll work out better for me. I really need to get something on my special to make this build make sense. Ooh, that's backstab damage. Where's my gems? Oh, they're in him. Rude. That is a great way to multi-hit one guy a lot. Still not great for room clearing, but my cast does that, so it could work out. This could all work out. Thunder Signet ranked. Oh, we're up to the 15.
Glad that you took care of Theseus down in Elysium of late there, Zag. Nice work. Never liked that one. Between us, there's this nice lass helped him out one time, and he just dumped her rotten. I don't like that, man.
Your attack inflicts hangover. Your special inflicts hangover, which stacks up to 5 times. Nothing makes it stay stacked like a multi-shot. Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big one. 5% bonus damage per fountain. And I have it in World 1, so I get at least 4 of them, plus any bonus fountains I find, so that's a 20% damage bonus to this build. I think I'll get something else on special, but I can see the appeal. A Drunken Flourish on special means that my homing arrows will do a maximum stack of hangover on one enemy. It would be instantly if I had the one extra arrow from the upgrade, but it's only 4 out of 5 here, but it's still pretty good. You have to do, thing is, I can pretty easily do a second volley, so you cap out pretty quickly here. Whereas if I hit them with chain lightning, for example, there isn't really a stacking. It's just a bunch of attacks that just happen. And an epic strong drink is just too powerful of an ability. I think that's the case. I don't really know. I don't know the theory crafting and all that, but it really feels like strong drink is one of the, especially if it's epic, feels like one of the strongest things I get in the game, especially now, this early. Okay, make me love my bow. Please don't break my bow. Like, guess what? Your special doesn't work anymore. They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that, right? If there's a modifier for the special, it would be something that still works with this aspect. They wouldn't do that to me. Not Supergiant.
See that Coronaut?
Do you see it, boy? Your attack deals plus 300% damage in area, but charges up slower. Your attack chains to nearby foes? Your attack fires 2 shots side by side, but has reduced range. They're all attack modifiers. Huh. But how do they affect my special? Oh, 150% damage to nearby foes. They mean when I'm near the enemy I'm shooting, not chain lightning effect where it bounces to nearby foes. They mean the guy I'm shooting if he's nearby. See how that could be a little ambiguous? A little bit of like, it's the name that helps me figure it out. Point blank shot. Because damages nearby foes is a constant effect in this game that means something else. But they mean damaging a foe that's nearby does 2.5 times the damage, which is a lot. Good incentive for a little backstab, sneaky attack. How much slower is slower? Because an explosion could be neat. And I've never done any of these before. I don't see myself backstabbing people, and 2 separate shots next to each other feels like it's just going to make it harder for me to get my special on the right person. But this could be hard. Oopsie.
There we go.
Does it even trigger? It does, eventually. There it is. That's hard to time, because it's like beyond rhythming how long it is. So it does bonus damage, and it does explode, but you're gonna get reduced damage because you're probably not charging it up all the way half the time, because you're trying to get out of the way. But it is my, but let's take a drink of water. My voice feels a little like edged or whatever. I don't know what to call that. Just dry, I guess. I'm only doing an opening shot, then using this and trying to home them in on them, which I think I can do it like 3 times before it wears off. So as a result, this is like my opening volley. I don't pay for how slow it is as much. Maybe. Another key. Gives me another Fated Authority, I guess. Hello, I would like some healing, please.
Farewell.
Explosions.
One for the stash.
We're just showering in keys today, which sounds painful. Don't do that. First of all, they don't fit through the shower head because they're not water. So you're just dumping a bag of keys on yourself. And like, why? What is that for? Here's a question. If I reshuffle this, do I get a better reward? Does it stay a skull? Let's test it.
Time for a change.
It does stay a skull. And now I get another Fated Authority with my key, which will be 2 keys. That was an interesting test to get. So if you shuffle a skull room, it stays a skull room. Or I got lucky. But probably that. Man, look, imagine how effective this build will be when this actually has an attack on it. When either my attack or my special is actually some kind of modified thing. The lightning just destroys everything. It's literally not worth attacking or specialing right now until I get something real. Alright, back up to 3 Fated Authorities. Ooh! What are you? A shop? Ooh. Ooh. Do you have any healing in you? Because... Okay, those are both some healing. Let's make... Alright, I'm up to 70. And this will help me kill the boss, because it makes it do bonus damage. There we go. Now I can have my shop and chaos too.
Let me have it.
Oh, there goes some of that health I just healed, though.
In the name of Hades.
Ooh, reduced range on dash, but then my dash strike gets better, but I don't have a dash strike, do I? Or it sucks. I tried dash striking and nothing was happening. Hide my rewards, but then had rewards once again, but then my special does more damage. It was cast last time, wasn't it? Where's that's chaos, right? Enshrouded shot. My cast deals more damage. Okay, so that's how chaos works. He has a first word and a second word, and those are randomized. So that's why the benefits and the negatives of chaos have 2 separate fates lists that I saw, is because each list is separately triggered. So I'm simultaneously getting 2 of them, and that's potentially progress on both lists at once if you haven't picked either side of it before. Reduced range of dashes sounds like it'll suck. Let's see. Oh, I don't want that. I don't want the dash strike. Attack does more damage. It already does 350% damage. Adding 40 to that isn't that incredible. My special doesn't have a bonus yet, so this could be really good. But I have to deal with, once again, not knowing my rewards. Next 4 chambers. It doesn't say encounters, it says chambers. Well, the first chamber is, well, oh. What? Wait, isn't the next chamber the boss fight? Why does it show 2 options? The next chamber should be a boss fight, then the next chamber should be a well, and then the next chamber should be the introduction to Asphodel, so 3 out of 4 of these should be wasted. Because it doesn't say encounters, it says chambers. So 3 out of 4 of them should not even affect my run. So I got away with something here.
Chiron's shop.
Wait, what? I thought we tested this, and it doesn't... Did I misjudge what room I was in? No, the shop was next, but now it's the shop again. I fucked up somewhere, I think, and got confused. Oh well. Don't suppose you have 49 gold in this room somewhere? No? Ooh. I was a little worried. The music's a little loud. Hellfish. Because it's a shellfish. From the looks of them, they must have once been stowaways on the outer hull of Chiron's boat, affixing themselves just below the waterline, securing passage from the surface down to the depths via the river Styx. I guess I should grab this before I get in trouble. I could have really used another boon, but I could have sworn that the math worked out that the next room should have been the boss fight. This is, well, this counts as one of the rooms, right? So at least there's that. Look at all those currencies. I know, I'll re-randomize the reward of the boss fight. That's how this works. I had a thought, didn't I? Where to go? Anyway.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting, ladies.
Finally. You ready, Megara? Tiffany? Let's go.
Oh god, all at once. Hey, money.
She's charging up.
Out. Rude, rude, rude.
She's powering up.
The pillars are gone, so it's really hard to miss now. Oh god. Out. She's taking some damage here. Don't even have to turn around to fight her. Whew. Running away, firing volleys of arrows that home in on her is pretty fun.
That's that then.
It would not hurt to have Artemis. I don't think I said that out loud, but I was kind of like, Artemis definitely felt like a thing that I'd want to mix in with like Zeus and Ares. But nothing is really going according to plan because you can't.
Shut it when I pick this up.
It's part of the fucking game that we play with each other here. Is that I don't get to fucking actually make the choices I want. Only some of them within specific constraints. It's very American democracy. Except I have way more power than I would in American democracy.
Let's see here.
So I've already had my Zeus. Let's go to... You know, let's go for Artemis.
Go with that one.
Instead of potentially Hades. Because what could be interesting is, what if I turn my volley of arrows into like a nightmare crit chance volley? That might be interesting. I don't know, we'll see what kind of options I actually get. That's the real question. These are just buffs, I don't want buffs. Hey, yeah, these nothing rooms count towards this chaos gate. So I got off super... What was that chaos sound? Oh, that was my chaos thing transforming, wasn't it? Yes. That was the transforming sound. I was like, did I miss a chaos gate? Did I walk past one? Yeah, I already have a damage bonus. If I can get like an Artemis on my special, then I'll have a crit chance on top of the damage bonus, and the Artemis upgrade will also give me a damage bonus. That'll be pretty good. That might be worth it. Maybe I should have altered that. Or maybe, that's the choice is now, do I spend the Fated Authorities on meta progression or run savers? God, he's dead. Home in on her. Gem reward's not great, but it was... Ooh! Hello.
Hey, money.
Hey, money. Oh, hi, money. What are you gonna bonus? My revenge effect, I guess? That kind of blows. Ooh. Oh, are you gonna... Can you make that stronger? Like, these are already epics, though. Maybe I should go for the increase of the rarity of my future pickups, because I'd still need to get my special. And I do always say that increasing the value of your specials of your future upgrades should be higher value than upgrading your current ones, just because it's literally more upgrade. It's more skills being upgraded. So it's like I think it's 2 for the ones you have versus 4 in the future. And there is the whole like a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush or whatever, which is the idea like don't bet on the uncertainty of the future when you can get a more sure thing right now, which is basically why I often do the one that upgrades my current stuff. That, and I often prioritized immediately getting my favorite upgrade immediately in my favorite slot that my build is about, and so that one is just it's going to be higher impact, even if other stuff will get more total upgrades the other way. But this time I think I can do that because I don't even have my primary attacks yet, which is bad. I'm a wreck. I also came in here planning on Zeus, but maybe it'll be Artemis, and maybe we'll never have any Ares in this run, despite that being part of my plan.
Who's there? Just the ingredient I needed, hun. Thank you so much. You know, you weren't near as bad as I'd heard.
What?
Oh, don't worry. We're still getting to know each other. Plenty of time for me to live up to my notorious reputation. Though I'm surprised you've heard of me at all.
Who's talking shit? Who's talking shit about me?
Hey there, hun. So what do you think? Pretty good tune, right? Don't know how come everybody doesn't sing. Lightens the mood, passes the time. What's not to like?
It's a beautiful song. Even though you're angry with him, Orpheus I mean, you're always singing still.
Oh, it's not Orpheus' song. You kidding me? This one's all mine. He always did like going on about how I'm his muse. Well, that's because I wrote half his songs for him. Bet he didn't mention that, did he?
Well, not exactly in those words, but Orpheus can be a little hard to pass.
He can be a little hard to tolerate. A quality I hope isn't going to rub off on any of his mates. I should get back to practicing. See ya.
I don't even have 4 boons to get +1 level on. So next 3 boons will have upgraded rarity.
I knew it.
Might be the first time I've picked that, I'm not sure. Another?
See you next time.
I have so many fated authorities. I should get really ballsy.
Thanatos.
I have returned. I can't stay long, so how about we get this business over with?
You're the one that's showing up on your own free will, then acting like I'm the problem.
Sounds good.
Don't want to admit that you want to see me. Ah, goddammit.
Not yet.
I'm out. Let me take care of this.
That was close.
No trace of this. You took down more than I did. I've got to hand it to you, Zag. You're easy to track down. The shades of Tartarus are beginning to fear you even more than your Lord Father.
Oh, they won't fear me once they get to know me?
I'm not so sure about that. Even I'm beginning to fear you, I think. Seems I don't know you as well as I thought.
There you are. It is always nice to find Thanatos, because it's a little challenge where either he clears the room for me or he gives me a... It seems to always be a bull heart, which is good. A Minotaur Heart is 25 health right there as a bonus. Just a whole room chamber reward in addition to the actual chamber reward.
Remain exactly where you are.
What's up? Here I am. Here I am.
Shot.
Useless.
Only about half, but it's something.
Next island.
Yeah, I'm not gonna alter you. I want Artemis. But I might get...
Barge of Death again, huh?
If I see a boon I really don't like, I might try to alter that. What are the other things in that pool, I guess? Yeah. Ah! Why did I just walk into that? I'll take it.
Over there.
Hey, that's my adamant arrowhead on you. Normally it's for killing things, but in your case it makes it even easier for me to hunt you down, even in the dark. Now that I found you, here.
Was that was that meant to be as threatening as it sounded? I could even hunt you down in the dark. Anyway. Ooh. Dislodge damage again. But no, this is here's the special I was going for. Let's make my special finally work. It is kind of true to Artemis to have this be a, what's attached to you again? You give me something. I don't remember what I get with Nectar. Just got this upgrade too. Whoop! I don't know how I did that one. They're both dead. They're both dead. Enjoy! Enjoy! Still less damage than just hitting people with specials, though. Have I ruined this run? Oh, God. Ow. God, why does lightning do so much damage? Does my Artemis upgrade suck? Oh, it gives me a palm. That's what it is. I was looking at my currencies. I'm like, I don't see a currency that would be upgraded. What would it be? I'd say electric. It was electric shot. I guess that's part of it too, though. Yeah, my cast was upgraded to level 2, and now it's level 3.
Where to?
A boon or a heart? Hermes can be good, but it can also be better. Let's test this.
I implore the fates.
An obol.
How about another?
Or a palm. Huh. So the way I'm taking it is that a palm... I would not mind having a heart too. Shit. That's gonna be it before the boss. The way I'm interpreting this is that there's 3 different pools. There's the meta progression items, there's the upgrade items, and then there's boons. And Hermes counts as an upgrade item, not a boon. I think Hermes and the Daedalus Hammer both count as the same category as like a palm or money. And then boons is its own thing. So I think if I reshuffled a boon, I'd get a different god. But I can't turn Hermes into like Athena. I could at least use this to upgrade my Artemis skill to be better since I'm focusing on that. Make that something more useful. Maybe I'll get Ares on my explosion attack, because then it'll be an AoE of everyone getting doom in that area. That'd be pretty good if everyone in that blast got doom. Backstab with crit. Hopefully this amounts to being like a worthwhile amount of damage once it's being used on bosses. It feels underwhelming against regular enemies. It does so much damage! The lightning is just so strong. I don't want to only do casting builds all the time, but it's so easy to make it strong. And it like makes your weapon not matter.
Delicious.
You can just keep upgrading that. Yeah, no. So this will give me an additional 16% damage.
Better blessing.
So my special has plus 88% damage and plus 33, I think. Is it the same number on both? 32. That's 90, 120% damage for 4 arrows. This is where there is a direct thing of like, if I bought the additional arrows from the blood upgrades, then this would be getting significant DPS increases, making it more worth it. I'm just not always sure if I want to fully commit my blood, because it comes in slowly, especially if I don't succeed at a run. It's only 25. I'll buy that so that I can get healing over the course of this boss fight, hopefully. Wait, we're not done yet? It'll last into the boss fight at least. I think, let's save for later boon upgrades, because here I can at least get, I need some health. Also, if it's a final room, is the rule here that it's a fountain? No, it's not a fountain. I was like, I was a little unsure, blah, 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 blah. I was a little bit unsure of the idea that it might be a fountain if I pick it as the last reward, because I think the room before the boss is always not combat, I think. It's often, one option's a shop and one option's not a shop, but I think the not shop option is usually still not fighting. But it's not a fountain. The fountain rooms that happen sometimes are different than that. Because obviously I want fountains, because each one gives me 5% damage increase. Your room's fucky.
Deadly Hydra chamber I expected.
Okay. The terrain's gonna make this one worse, isn't it? Makes it a little hard to avoid some of the bad things that come my way in this fight. I had to be careful because that first time I attacked, I was out of range. Okay. It might also have the benefit of spreading them out a bit, but it means that I can't avoid the main Hydra as easily. Yeah, that's the problem. I see. The main Hydra is more in the fight now, so it's easier to manage and spread out all the individual enemies I'm fighting. But the main Hydra is going to be attacking me the whole time, which is way worse. Nope. Damn it. Unnecessary damage. Just me being stupid and making mistakes.
Not yet.
Shit.
Oh, you can't be serious.
Oh god. I'm gonna lose a death defy here. Yep. Nope. Not yet. There it goes.
Oh, damn it.
Not happy about that. Maybe I'll find Patroclus.
I'm empty.
That could have gone better.
Done bashing heads for now. That's better.
Got a diamond. I don't really have a preference either. I guess I want diamonds and blood, because blood upgrades my weapons and diamonds upgrade my progression systems. One of those will run out faster than the other one, I think. Maybe. But yeah, having the meta progression items suddenly give me real rewards is obviously a huge upgrade for a run. Having my nectars give me a palm is huge, when the alternative was nothing for that run. Okay, Dionysus, where are you? So we're currently at 10% bonus damage because we got the fountains of the first 2 worlds. That's good. That is very good. I have Athena. I have Zeus. Dionysus. Okay, so that's Athena. That's Artemis. Artemis, Zeus, Demeter, Zeus, Dionysus. Okay, so we've already picked our 4 gods. I can use a trinket to get another god, or I can more heavily commit to the ones we have so far, basically. Given those options, what would I want my main attack to be? Demeter inflicts chill. Dionysus does damage over time. I can't really stack Hangover, but putting Hangover on an entire AoE. Nah, I probably want Lightning, but I can't pick Zeus on purpose. Yeah, that's unfortunate. If I could pick Zeus, I would, because if I get that on my main attack is an explosion, which I think might mean it hits multiple people. Well, it does mean that, but I mean that hitting multiple people might trigger the attack on multiple people, which might be a big cluster. Whereas the alternative is everybody in that area of effect gets 1 stack of chill, which is not very encouraging. That's 4% slow, and I can't spam it to do more. But 1 stack of Hangover is not the worst on all of those people. That's something. So I guess I'll go for Dionysus. There we go, Dionysus. We haven't hung out lately. Alright, back to checking after a break whether this is gonna be a crash and burn playthrough. It doesn't feel good. This run does not feel good. I just have a high rarity Zeus thing carrying me, but I'm not sure how strong I actually am. Oh well. I'm also constantly deathly afraid that I'm missing out on fishing spots because they seem incredibly important to meta progression. I know there's a little bell noise, but it's easy to miss or even talk over since I'm doing a playthrough. There's also kind of another bell noise that also plays at the end of levels that is different. It's like a ting. But like I'm saying the waddies, the water is muddied a bit. This could be strong. Now I have Fated Authorities, and I'm like, oh, I kind of get like what they're for. But I don't. What? Did you die on the trap? Why is Zeus so strong? Is my build bad, or is Zeus just so powerful that it feels accidentally useless? Ah, what hit me? Oh, there you are. Healing food. That didn't really happen during the boss fight so much, did it? Or maybe I missed them. They're like little feta wraps or whatever. Heroes. Words, things. Your special pierces foes and deals plus 400% damage to armor. What does piercing mean when it has homing? Does it hit them again? Power shots easier. Attack does bonus damage against distant foes. Piercing volley. I don't... The part where it does bonus damage to armor is helpful for progression, and it's a fated choice thingy. So there's that. I don't know how it's gonna work. Is it gonna pierce through them and hit them again? I suppose if nothing else, I can use my fated authorities to try to get better tunnel options at the end of the game. Is everybody dying to traps right now? Are you guys okay? I'm trying to test this, but I'm also trying not to die. It's a little hard to pay attention. Are the arrows going through him? They are. But only that one time. I think they're mostly still only useful for hitting a second target, not the original target. At least to do bonus damage versus armor. At least there's that part. Because the special has limited range. Like, if I fight at a comfortable range, the special barely reaches them. When I was fighting the Hydra, it wasn't reaching him at all in the opening volley, and I'm like, oh crap, get closer. So I think the travel time of it it looks like it does actually try to home in on the same guy again after it hits them once, after piercing. But I don't think I can't tell if it's reaching them again. I don't know. When the game moves that fast, it's hard to interpret everything.
You'd think that once you break free to the surface, we could see you from Olympus a bit more than usual, but no, it's like you're shrouded in eternal night up here. Something like that. Odd, right? %,
God gauge per second. That doesn't hurt. Hold cast to do in rapid succession again. Bows drop the diamond faster, letting me do the chain lightning again. Yeah. I don't usually have this one. Kind of good for boss fights, big long fights where over the course of it you could get entire. Yeah. Is there also a door over here? Did I imagine that? Yes, I did. In a boss fight, like, it's probably like a good minute or two long, right? That's 60% to 120% God gauge. That's several more uses of the God power. It's not time for the boss fight yet. I could use the Minotaur Heart. I'm low on health still.
I can't.
Death. Double death.
I'm out.
You blocking means I can't home in. But now I can. There you go. They can't hit him.
Strength of the centaurs.
That was a decent chunk of God gauge. That seems like a powerful ability. Okay. So good for enemies with armor, but bad for enemies with armor that also have shields, because I can't home in on... I can't activate homing if the initial arrow doesn't count as hitting them. Temporary bonus cast. A little healing. Or Dionysus for my main attack, maybe? Probably. We're halfway through this world and I'm only just now getting the thing I got my trinket for. Huh. The boons can become sparse.
There you are, gigantic soul catcher.
Burn. Just burn through all that armor. Oh, that armor's not gonna last. It's not gonna last, buddy. It's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. Fuck you. There you go. Nope. Ah, damn it. On time.
Can't do that. Not now.
Ow, stop that. I can't even kill an unarmored heart, unarmored eyeball thing with this power. Yeah. Artemis Volley's feeling pretty weak. Maybe it's eventually cool if you get all of the arrows unlocked, but that's like, who knows how much blood. Chaos Gate, okay.
In the name of Hades.
Life gain for every nectar would have been nice earlier in this playthrough. Attack inflicts hangover was the plan. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to go into the boss fight with a chaos effect either. I've never beaten this boss with a bow before. And Artemis is like one of my goals here? Yeah. Improved, I can get the dislodge effect, I can get crit bonuses on all of my attacks, or things that apply when I crit. I need more Artemis synergy, I haven't been getting enough Artemis in general. So, like, one part of the strength here is that I can make these crits that I'm spamming on people actually do something besides just do more damage. Because the individual shots aren't that high of a damage. It's more of a collective DPS bonus than, oh god. There you go. I fired too soon, so they didn't home. Because it wasn't triggered yet. They're making cat... I swear they made cat noises in Bastion too, right? The blobs. Like, it feels like a reference.
There we go. In the name of Hades.
Dash strike. Critical effects do more damage to armor. A foe near your target is marked when you do a crit damage. More damage to armor is good, but no bosses have armor. This is why it's iffy to have boss fights not have all the same mechanics as the rest of the game. Like, I hate this about Final Fantasy and some other RPGs, is that like I Am Setsun, I think I had this problem, where it's like, oh yeah, you want to be good at status effects? That's funny, that's cute. That's good for random encounters, I guess. Then the boss fights are like immune to most things, like you can't do things to them. It's like, well then what's the point? I'll just never specialize in those things that didn't work on bosses. And like, bosses cannot be knocked back, and they do not have armor, at least not so far. Maybe later they will, when I keep adding these effects to them. But like, until they have armor, these armor effects always have diminished usefulness because they only work against things that aren't, and my special already does a bonus against armor. I don't think I need two of those, but it is a fated choice. And dash strike is kind of crap, because I don't think I even have one. Then there's this foe near them is marked. The issue being I'm kind of focus targeting whoever I'm hitting. Like, can it ever mark the person I'm fighting if there's nobody around? Because that'd be great. But I don't think it works that way. I guess, if nothing else, it makes my crits... It makes it so my lightning can crit. I guess that could noticeably help. I don't want to pick fated choices right now that badly unless they happen to be also what I want. Because I'm trying to salvage this run because I'm feeling like I might lose. I don't feel very powerful. There's you. Unalterable. But I can alter that one. I think the fact that you can't alter an encounter like this also means you can't alter something into one of these. This either shows up or it doesn't, and that's it.
What qualifies a man to his eternity in so-called paradise? Even in death, there is no justice. I knew so many peaceful, decent men, but none, of course, are here. Instead, it is the warriors, the kings, the slayers, great men. The standard for greatness is low indeed.
Damn. Inaccurate. Fighters and rulers are a poor standard for greatness. It's a narrative they wrote.
I only wish. A means to drown my sorrows temporarily. That's good. And rather kind of you, I have to say.
It's nothing. Thank you for not trying to slay me where I stand and boast about it, like seemingly everyone else around here.
Boop, boop, boop. The, He said... He basically said, if only, when I shot him. So everybody has a reaction to you attacking them, and we get that reaction a lot because of the fact that I remapped my special to right trigger, and they still fire your special when you're talking, when you use right trigger to give somebody a nectar. Earlier, Eurydice giggled at me about it, like, oh, that's cute, he's trying to attack me. This person's just like, if only, like he wishes I could kill him, and that's its own kind of depressing. Because he wants to get to Achilles, who he doesn't even know where he is. He's surrounded by people he hates and that he doesn't relate to, and then he can't even find the one person he wishes he could find here.
You mentioned something of your parentage, stranger. I have a question on that subject, if you please.
I please, sir. What's your question? Ask away.
Your father must have records of the dead, so I was wondering if you might do me a favor and look up the whereabouts of someone I once knew.
I was just about to say, like, we're still dealing with the fact that neither of them have said that they're looking for the other one, so Zagreus has no idea that these two are characters that have anything to do with each other. And then right when I was having that thought, this comes up, where it's like, oh, he wants me to find Achilles.
You've done a lot for me. The least I can do is ask around. Who is it that you're looking for?
I seek one called Achilles. Was rather famous once among the living, but among the dead, who knows? I thought he would be here, but he is not.
Achilles? I've heard the name before. And, can I ask why you wish to know of him, in case it happens to come up?
It's just, I simply miss him, stranger. That is all.
You're gonna play vague with him? Okay. I guess maybe Zagreus doesn't trust him, so he wants to talk to Achilles first about it and then come back. But I'm like, dude, don't be a dick. Restore health. It'll get me up to full health. Or get my Death Defiance back, which I'm down by 1. Or my attack deals bonus damage, which my attack is trash. Kind of. I have money, so let's get the Death Defiance back, even though it's only 1.
I won't be needing that.
And I'll just hope that I can use money to get my health back up, because I need my health back up. I also need more health in general. I should get a shop before the boss fight. But I just need to desperately not die on the way there. One of them died? Ow. Stop that. Oh god, this area is so open.
I'm empty. Not yet.
I took too much damage. Ah! Jesus! Get away from the arrows. Fuck, that was just part 1. Oh god, I'm so gonna lose my Death Defiance immediately, aren't I? I should have gotten the health up. God damn reviving enemies. Use the only cover I've got. No! No! I didn't mean to go there. Fuck, I just wasted my Death Defiance. No. This build is so trash for fighting rooms of enemies, and it's actually becoming a problem. Stop it! God damn it.
You had it coming.
I'm constantly paying for the limited range of the special. The arrows don't go that far, which means when they seek, they often don't even make it to their target because they have to correct weirdly.
Sure, why not?
It's happy as a clam. I'm not as happy as a clam about my build right now. Okay. More health would be good. It'll make my healing stronger. Oh. No, this is it. No, not... I need a shop, not money. Come on.
Let's see what else.
Dionysus. No, I need a what would you give me? I don't think he has a fully heal me right now effect, right? The healing boon is Demeter.
How about no?
Well, there goes all my fated authorities. I think I've used all my fated authorities so far and never picked the thing I got the fated authority for, because looking at this, I'm once again like, I could use that health upgrade really badly right now. I'm not gonna have a shop before the boss fight. Shit. So it just doesn't have to be a peaceful one at all. It just would be very nice if it was. At least these guys don't revive.
Not yet.
Then that's gonna be what I fight next, right? That explosion's pretty big, actually. Ah, what hit me? Oh, tiny butterflies that are hard to see. Shit.
I can't.
Hit him, damn it. He's right in front of me. The homing is just often way less effective than you'd hope. You have to be at like a specific range, and then it really is at like the sweet spot where they'll home in.
Let's think about this.
This is useless to me. I never did. Is that that's my only Demeter? We're this late. I'm having horrible luck with builds lately. Like, okay, I'll get this, and then when I'll get some really good Demeter stuff, and I'll work with that later. I never got a single Demeter ability. We're about to enter the final world, and Demeter never showed up again. Oh yeah, the call. Okay, no, this does do something, because this will totally stack chill on people. Like, yeah, every 0.25 seconds. So if people are in that, then they're gonna... Okay, never mind. My special is, my call is Demeter. Okay, so Arctic Blast does something, thankfully. Let's see.
I can wash away my boons.
I can sell my hangover for some good money. It's, 6 damage for 4 seconds times 2, so like it's 6 times 8. That's a decent amount of damage on the enemy. That's not the worst thing to stack on. Yeah, so that's getting value. And the revenge will inevitably, if I'm losing, get value whenever I get hit, I guess. Money. I maybe shouldn't do this because it can make me lose more health.
Now prove yourselves.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh, fuck, impervious. God damn it.
There. Satisfied?
No.
Mine.
Yeah, I shouldn't have been doing that. I'm just making myself even easier to kill by the next boss. This run it. What? Okay, something's wrong. This is the second time this run where my math is fucked up. And I'm realizing it's because something's wrong. I got a bonus chamber or something, because 36 is the boss chamber, not the shop. The count that seemed consistent, something changed. I got some kind of special chamber at some point. Unless I've somehow been wrong this whole time, which I don't think I have. Oh, it's only 90. It'll have to work though.
Here's the fee.
Technically, I should always get the healing item last because my health might get increased by a boon or something. Ooh, everything I do gives me a seeking arrow. Hit with an attack or special. It doesn't say when you see, it says when you cast, but then it says when you hit with an attack or special. That means my special hitting somebody 4 times should give me 4 support arrows. I hope that's how that works.
Artemis, guide my hand.
Make the call better, maybe? It's like a 50% bonus damage. I don't know how good the support fire is going to be, because I don't know if it'll work yet. I hope they don't get Demeter too, and then I'll be really confused, because I have to, like, dark outlines are bad, light outlines are mine. And the screen's just covered in vortexes, and while that's happening, I'm fighting a boss too. Hopefully I can get through here without wasting a Death Defiance. Me?
Why, look, Asterius, the fiend returns. The rumors that he fled to haunt the surface must have been mere lies.
Well, no, in this case, those rumors must have been quite accurate. It's just I'm back. Realized I didn't want a future for myself that didn't include crushing you repeatedly like this.
Oh, such clever excuse-making from one so versed in treachery. Well, if you are indeed contained within this realm, then we shall be delighted to make sure it always stays that way. Now come and fight.
You want to talk excuses? How about how you lose all of these fights? Now. Ow. What? That hit me? Hitboxes are unkind to me this day. What? I gotta really hug those pillars. I'm getting hit by every single one of these. Fuck. I'm losing a Death Defiance to this fight. Cool.
Thank you.
No! 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 Stop it! Hit the wall! Okay. Hey, Dick. I'm not making it. There's no way. Nope. That's some damage, though. Jesus. If it wasn't for Patroclus, I would have already lost all 3 of my Death Defiances. That's... not happy about that. This is doing damage, though. This might... Ah, fuck. Not happy with that.
I'll just help myself.
I have 9 ambrosia.
Should be another such performance soon.
At some point, you do start to wonder if I should be, like, selling the ambrosia. Do it into one of the other big currencies. I feel like I'm getting them too fast. Strong drinks at 15%. Is that at least? Let's see. Get that collar on. 275. Just hope for the best, I guess. Buy a Death Defiance back for 200 now. Yep. If I hold on to my money, I usually find a purple pool in this world that sells that. If I hold on to 200 for it. Might be the best we can do.
Almost out of here.
God, I've lost so much Death Defiance! Alright. The stakes are up. Wow. Not even one god boon. Because Hermes doesn't count, he's a different category. So like, they just straight up didn't give me a single god boon here. Do they think I have too many or something? I feel like I don't even have that many. It's mostly palms. Makes my choices pretty easy, I guess. There's one Demeter and one Artemis. So definitely the Artemis. Maybe Demeter, but maybe just the double health upgrade. Let's get a big palm. If I buy this, it'll take me down to 195. And within like the first room, I should get a urn that gets me up to 200 for the Death Defiance.
I'll pay for that.
Bigger hangover. Bigger cast. Better call. Overall doubling its damage. That's not the worst. That's 80 damage per second. And I do have it getting pumped up constantly. Hangover might be better still. A 50% damage bonus. That's 9 times 8. What, 72 damage, I think? Per shot? For my main attack. I don't know. Why not both? If I can get enough money. Which I probably can. Artemis be something really good, like dislodge damage, or crits are cool or something. You just watch all those arrows slowly home in and hit him. It takes a while, but I think that's how I killed Theseus. He died at a weirdly delayed time, but I think it's because he got hit by the later arrows. They do indeed seem to be a volley, like I hoped. Ow. Stop exploding on me. Very rude. I'm at 200, I think, already. Exploded. Big crit damage. Come on. He was marked. Oh! Poison gas. Didn't hit me though. Ah! A little easier to avoid some of these attacks when I can just be ranged in the first place. I'm not taking damage. It's pretty alright. I'm having better luck than I have lately in Rat World. Home of the rats. Added gauge gain on critical 0.25%. So I get a quarter of a percentage for every crit. Exit wounds. Dislodge. That's 360 damage. I actually have a concern that my god gauge might fill up so faster in the boss fight that I can't use it fast enough. I guess I could just use the maximum version of it then. Because like my lightning does... It only does 120 damage in the first place. This doubles the damage of my cast to the main target. Or the final target? Does my first target or my last or the last bounce get the diamond? I don't know who gets the diamond. Huh. But this could be pretty powerful because I already have God Gauge building. It is also a fated choice. I feel like at some point I'm gonna not necessarily be as invested in chasing down my diamonds during the boss fight. I think the damage is falling off in these later worlds a bit. I might regret that. Permanent fated choice progress, I guess. Could buy a 100. It is noticeable that a super palm is 300, but it's only worth 2 levels, so it's kind of inefficient. 2 levels on the same upgrade versus like why isn't it 200? I'm not sure if the cost works out that way. So if I get 525, I can buy all 3 of these, and I do want them all. That would be good. So hopefully I can. But more hopefully, I hopefully find a restoration of my Death Defiance. I think I want the health upgrade. They go into your last target. They're all in the guy in the back. So if I was shooting... Oh, fuck. Okay, it wears off when the fight ends, doesn't it? So if I was shooting Hades, they'd bounce into his ads, and then his ads would have diamonds in them, and then take damage eventually. So I might have made the right choice. I'm underutilizing my call right now, but I'll use it more during the boss fight. I'm way more focused on just damage avoidance and not much else during these encounters. I don't check my meter that often. And they're pretty brief. Could fill the whole room with it if I do get it. Oh, thank God this root cancels a wall. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. I wasn't locking onto him anymore, but I was like, don't get hit, don't get hit, don't get hit. I hate the darts, I hate them.
What sort of terrible
boss fight? Uh-oh.
is that?
Oh, are you the one I need? Are you the last one? Uh-oh, not this guy. Not this guy. Not this guy. Stop at me. It's rude. Oop, if I go slowly, I won't get hit. What are you, an ice one? No, I iced you. That's me. I'm the one who ices.
The satyrs must be fashioning those things.
Got money over there. Prophecy fulfilled. That was the final boss fight I've never encountered yet. I did it. I RNG'd at long last. It's me. I did it with my skill. My RNG skill.
I think I got one. Another scuffer.
I docked that scuffer. Alright. Building up some money for that, which is good, but zip-a-zip-a. Demeter, maybe? I don't know what Demeter might give me. Even just making my dash chill people wouldn't be the worst. I don't have a dash effect at all. Bad time to take a drink. Nope.
Okay.
Fuck you. Melt. Very rude. Give me that Death Defiance. Statistically, we're nearing the part where this is when I usually finish this level. Oh god. I got money just for you, Death Defiance. Come on. I have enough money now that I could also afford the double upgrade if I got it. Oh god. These rats just explode? Like, what is their deal? Am I worth it? Jesus. What filled these rats' hearts with hate? Yay! That might be it. We don't even know yet, but I'm just like, that it often is. It seems reliable, but I only remember like a data sample of like 2, so I don't know if that's true. These guys seem unusually easy to kill. I guess just not being melee helps. Come on! Alright, one more Death Defiance. If I lose this playthrough, I will have died. I would have triggered my Death Defiance a lot of times. A lot of times. 5 times. Special does 40% bonus damage. The question is, do I think... First of all, it puts me under, so I need to get one more gold jar in order to afford the pomegranate. So this could lose me a pom. And it might not... Well, it won't lose me... It won't do both. It could lose me a pom, but if it does lose me a pom, then I'll have... It'll at least last into Hades. If it doesn't last to Hades, then that means I played it long enough after this that I could afford the pom again anyway. So I'll get one or the other, but maybe both. If this next... The issue is the next room might be the food. But the food usually has a gold thing in it, so I should get my money back there too. It usually has 1 or 2 of them. That's making my primary attack stronger, and if it lasts till Hades, that's great. Oh, it is here. Okay, give me some gold. No? I gambled, but I lost. Dang it. There's often a gold one in this room. Damn it. Now I'm short. I can only buy the shittier palm. That's still half as good. And I can buy the heart. That's fine. I can buy the heart and the 1 palm. That's actually pretty good. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
In the name of Hades.
Dash makes a chill gust. Take and do more or less damage when I don't have any of my stuff. That's also good. Might go for that one. Yeah, I think that's better than a chill gust. It's another damage boost on top of everything else to keep stacking on my special on top of the jerky I just got. I don't even know what my special's damage number is now, but it seems good. Whatever it is.
Three-headed hound. Yum.
Yum.
Could check the other passageways before I go.
I could check the other passageways before I go. It could really backfire and I could take major poison damage and lose. Or I could actually get away with it because I have not been taking that. I'm not taking that much damage. Like, I just only healed for 42, which is not that much. Like, getting more money, I could afford the other palm, and it also could do the other palm to get another palm. So that'd be a bunch of palms. Probably would never make enough money for a Hermes. Yeah. But I would get 1, 2, 3 palms if I kept going. The question is whether the health I lose is worth it, because, yeah. I'd also lose my jerky. Yeah, let's stick it out. I mean, let's not stick it out. Let's go. I don't trust it.
Thank you, mate. Power of Olympus.
Hangover on my attack. Better vortex. Ooh, God gauge fill. Let's do the drunken strike. Yeah, let's keep my jerky. I have no idea how much damage I'll take. I've been doing a good job at avoiding damage so far, but that could end so quickly in just a particularly chaotic room that ruins my day. No one's here to clean up your hair on this floor.
Fang-bearing Cerberus directs all 3 of his attentions toward the satyr sack.
Thanks, boy.
Cerberus stuffed with food. Let's not blow it.
Haven't you had enough?
So, boy, did you ask her about how she came to join me in the Underworld? Did you confirm all your suspicions then?
You didn't drag her down to hell yourself, apparently. You're not going to tell me who did, though I can well imagine. Your brothers got to reign forever on Olympus while you got sent down into the Underworld. So they gave you a consolation prize, didn't they?
Obviously not, if she thinks that her being discovered starts a war, Zacharias. Maybe this is a continuity problem with the triggers.
You make such accusations knowing next to nothing. Careless as ever. Poseidon had nothing to do with it. He knows even less than you. If you value her existence or your own, it would be wise to keep it that way. And to turn back.
You've kind of been unsmart in your own way, Hades, in that you probably... If this is such a secret and you do realize I'm escaping and meeting her, you should have immediately started telling me to keep it a secret from the Olympians at least, and entrust me with that information. Or I could have just told them. Like, there were so many chances I could have told them without, and I don't know why I would think not to. Like how would I know it's a bad thing? Oop. I should have avoided that. I blew it. Oop. Ow. God damn it. No, not a good start overall. No. Oh god, there's a skull right there. He's invulnerable! That's not fair. Oh, it sucks that he can just nullify that. God. What a horrible group of enemies. Invulnerability crystals and the irritating wagon. God damn it. God damn it, that's not— I was out of the circle. He wasn't even going in towards me, he went the other direction. Oh god damn it. Oh god damn it, there was two of them over there? This is not going well. No. No! I was specifically going there to eliminate that one.
Not yet. There.
Okay, phase 2 is usually easier. Like, wait. Ah, well, that was fucking stupid. Oh, no. Holy crap, is he phase changing that fast or something? Oh god. I gotta remember to spend all of those because they make my damage go higher when they're not on me at least. No. I don't have a god gauge, whoops. Oh god.
Not yet. Go back.
Yay! Oh, phase 2 is so easy, especially with certain weapons.
That you of all my kin would be the one to do this to me.
him summoning ads to chase me while also teleporting around and attacking me with a giant melee attack is so much more dangerous than him passively doing a laser I can hide from, and then occasionally a shockwave happens. Like the shockwaves hit me so much because I'm overwhelmed in phase 1. In phase 2, they happen like in a vacuum when I'm often not even doing anything besides hiding or something. So it kind of becomes this meta thing of like, how many attacks can I sneak in? Like you saw me peeking to do a quick arrow while the lasers were happening, because then I could fire my volley around the corner and keep hitting him during it, and then I would get in as fast as possible to put a Demeter thing down on him, because that was a very good call to have, because he tends to just stand in it. The problem was that he turned invincible when I did my greater call, so I wasted an entire meter.
Chiron, take me home.
There. In the name of Hades.
Yep. One of my worst clear times ever. They really group up though, don't they? Oh, it shows the best heat meter. So I've beat it as Twin Fist and Adamant Rail, but they didn't have any heat. My Heart-Seeking Bow has a heat meter of 3. But all that meant was I made the the Furies and the Hydra harder. So it's a pretty chill heat level. But yeah, look at my times. They're all around 42 minutes and all around 57 minutes. Like they're clustered. 3 at roughly one time within like 2 minutes of a span, and then 3 within like a minute of each other at 57. Really jammed together. Curious about that. Not so much a spectrum, but 2 specific groupings. Alright, I have 7 clears and a streak of 4. And the previous one was a streak, so... Ever since I started beating him, I've beaten him 7 out of 8 times, with only 1 break after the 3rd one, where I screwed up. But there we go, I've beat it as every weapon, and things are going well. I wanted to at least make sure I'd beat it as every weapon at once, because I don't know when the next endings start happening. But if I do take a break at that point again, I wanted it to at least have me beaten it as every weapon. Sentence, make, have, do, words. Homing Artemis really worked out by the end. In a way that's unique to Hades. Like, Hades Phase 2 is uniquely vulnerable to that attack in a way that almost every other fight would punish me more for.
To see this each day.
Usually because of the chaos.
Zagreus.
Mother?
Maybe one last time? I'm starting to think that there's never one back here. There's a whole scene back here, though. Like, maybe we'll visit here at some point.
Zagreus, it's wonderful to see you, but I need to ask something of you. That you not visit me again here in this place. Both for your safety and for mine.
Oh.
For what? Because of what would happen if the Olympians found out? So after everything, you're taking Father's side in all of this?
I am. Your father is no fool when it comes to matters such as this. Besides, all that has happened, it's my fault. I was selfish. And now both sides of our family threaten to be torn apart.
Your fault? So let's say you never left Olympus. Then it'd be just like you thought until quite recently, I think. That I'd never existed. Besides, they haven't found out any of this. What makes you so sure they will all of a sudden?
Nyx may be veiling you from them as she veiled me when I fled here myself. But even her own powers aren't infallible. Each time you visit me, you are incurring risk. One small slip, and they shall find me. Discover your deception. Go home, Zagreus. Please.
Go home with me, Mother. You came here under false pretenses. I haven't fought all this way over and over again only to turn back now. I need you in my life. How can you just turn me away like this?
Oh, Zagreus. I cannot return. After all that happened between Hades and me, and everyone, I just cannot fathom the idea. Besides, the risks we're taking would be even greater if Olympus were to find me there with him and you.
Then you're just going to stay here, alone in the middle of nowhere, in this little garden, forever, after we part ways, just like that.
My son, I know you've made hard choices and sacrifices to be here with me. And I'm forever grateful to have finally met you. This is my home now, yes. While your home is below. Please, if not for your sake, then for mine, do not return. I love you, Zagreus. Goodbye.
Mother, blast.
Goodbye.
She can't do this to me.
Well, that sucks. And yet we're going to persist.